Greetings and welcome to the Introduction to Astronomy. In this week's Astronomy of Other Cultures, we continue our look into Muslim astronomy and talk about the astronomer Qutb al-Din al-Shirazi and look at his contributions to astronomy of this era. So let's go ahead and get started. So we have Qutb al-Din al-Shirazi, who lived from 1236 until 1311, and worked on astronomy as well as other fields in both Persia and Syria over his life. Now, in astronomy, he worked under al-Tusi, who we've discussed in a previous video, and worked on the observatory at Maraga, and continued work on further refining the models. And that's what we've seen over the last few videos, is that we are continuing to refine these models to make them better. And the whole key was to get everything centered on Earth. We wanted the Earth at the center, which Ptolemy did not do. And we wanted to try to minimize the epicycles, so to make the movements appear more natural. So he worked on critique of both Ptolemy's work and the Almagest, which was the great work of planetary motion up to this time. And in fact, he wrote books on planetary motion, including the al-Tufat al-Shahiyya, or the Royal Present. And this is the one that improves on Ptolemy's model. And we see an image from that text here, as he tries to explain the motions of the planets using circles. So again, we're trying to get to you. We're still stuck on circles, and we're going to be there for quite a while now. It's not until the 1500s where we finally get away from using circles for the orbits. But we're trying to get the Earth again at the center, and this method does improve a little bit on Ptolemy's models. Again, we're trying to make things more realistic, and that's what has been used here. There were a lot of problems with things like the eccentric and the epicycle in that they seemed contrived, that there were ways to try to make things work. And while they may have worked for the prediction of the planetary positions, we were beginning to get the physics side in this as well, and that's starting to develop here to learn exactly how things were actually moving, not just a model that would allow for predictions. Now, this actually was leading up to the development of the heliocentric models, but we're still not there yet. The astronomers of this time, including al-Shirazi, believed in a geocentric model with the Earth at the center. But this work did pave the way for future developments, and that would include helping people like Copernicus a couple of centuries later, who would then finally put forth the idea that the Earth is not at the center, but instead the Sun is at the center of the solar system, and at the time, solar system would have been the universe. So let's go ahead and finish up here with our summary and take a look at what we've covered today. And we talked about Qutb al-Din al-Shirazi, who lived from 1236 to 1311, worked on astronomy in both Persia and Syria, and continued work on new models of planetary motion. So that concludes this discussion of Qutb al-Din al-Shirazi. We'll be back again next week to talk about another astronomer of the Muslim world. So until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.